Welcome, guys. Welcome to the WSXM podcast. I don't know. My name is Stefan. Thanks for returning. Thanks for watching. Now, also, my mantra United Africa is an undisputed Africa. So, big news, great news. Burkina Faso and the Chinese 5G company Huawei is making a collaboration to build out a 5G network in Burkina Faso. So here's the great part about it, and this is the first time this has ever been done by a Chinese company anywhere on the continent. It will be solely Burkina Faso citizens use on this project, which means the company gonna hire and train 5,000 graduates from school, which means 5,000 young people who just graduated from school. They're gonna use engineers and infrastructure people to build this grid, and it's a almost 1,200, almost a 2,000 kilometer stretch of fiber optics going to be laid, and then they're going to have almost 100 mile radius. As I see on the screen here, that's the grid you see there. That is I don't understand much of what I'm seeing, but I know it's a grid because you can see in the video, in the picture there, that I see that the data center and all the other stuff. I don't understand it much, but they're also gonna have this, which is a data center, which is you see like that, something like that gonna be built and so forth. So what I'm saying is this is great news because normally when a Chinese company goes to Africa to build anything, whether hotels, homes, anything, they always bring their own materials, their own workers, and they hire very little locals. But in this trip, there is no Chinese workforce, only trainees. They're gonna come to train the Burkina Faso citizens to do their own work, to lay their own fiber optic, to build their own data center, to build that little mini city you see they're gonna build with the 100 mile stretch. And this is why I love Abraham Chori so much because he makes sure his people benefit from whatever he's doing. Imagine that 5,000 new jobs for young people who just graduated. Because he makes sure he tell them to use graduates, young graduates, engineers, and infrastructure people who don't have the education skills. They have people who have the physical skills to operate cranes, backhoes, trucks, drive trucks, dig trenches, and it's a massive program. This is the first phase, so that shows they're going to be continuing. But this is also good for Burkina Faso because they're going to have better internet connection. This going to also be able to use in the army for them to communicate better, much faster. We can coordinate their security issues, and also the citizens are going to also have access to internet way better than most countries because this is 5G. And 5G is one of the best network out there right now, which is not even the Caribbean yet, much less. So anyway, why I say this, check any Caribbean nation, including my country, Jamaica. Whenever time the Chinese come in to build anything, they bring their own material, so they don't buy none. The local hardware stores and do not benefit from materials being used to build whatever they're building, hotels, port, whatever. They bring in their own workforce. They might, if they have 100 people working, they will hire maybe like 10 locals. The other 90 workers is flown in from China to work on the project. So this is the first where they're not using non-Chinese workforce. They're only going to train the Burkina Faso citizens to do their own work, and this is key. And this is why we need to put pressure on our own prime ministers here in the Caribbean, in the Caribbean diaspora. I'm talking about um, Jamaica, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Bahamas. I know those countries. We need to have the same mindset. Work for our people. When we have big constructions going on or big projects, make sure 80% of the workforce is local people. We don't do that. We take like 10% of the workforce, while 90% of the workforce and materials being shipped in the country. Then we don't gain anything from this deal. So anyway, this is great, and the fact that they are going to build that much of a stretch of almost 1,200 miles of fiber optic, that's a lot of land to cover. And this project going to run roughly around 5 years, is what is being said. But this information did not come from the Chinese. This information came from Burkina, from Evan Chori's office. So whoever is responsible for giving out information, that's where this came to. So to know that it's not a fake news, it's not something the Chinese are peddling. It's from Abraham Chori's camp who released this information. And you see there, as I see on the screen, where the Christopher Lu is the one who is spearheading this project. And as you can see, he came to meet President Abraham Chori. They met, so they have a conversation. And I respect Abraham Chori. Notice it. He doesn't shake hands. He always bumps in people. He don't shake hands, which is also another thing I love about him. The shaking hand thing is not our thing. We like the bumps and thing. Especially that's a Jamaican cultural thing as well. So anyway, so I started to say this. This is a blueprint for other leaders to follow. Stop allowing Chinese companies to come in with their own workforce. This idea that the Chinese come to take over is nonsense. If you lay down, sign a good contract, put what you want, what you demand from the company, what they have to do, then we can move forward because the Chinese do not force no one to sign a contract. No, they don't. They may come to you with a plan and you iron out the different, negotiate what's to be allowed, what's not to be allowed. And this is why you cannot blame China for projects in Africa when it's being overrun by Chinese nationals. No, you make your demand because they will make money because they are gonna build. They will be being, most likely. I'm sure we're gonna be buying most of these hardwares from China, so they're gonna make money from that, and they're gonna have some of these data factories as well, which I'm sure about. I'm sure of. Like not have it, but like they will have shares in it. They're gonna have their phones gonna be they're gonna have the monopoly and selling phones, smartphones to this to the population. That's another big um, where they're going to make some funds. And the system itself is there, so they're going to make money from that as well. So it's a win-win for everybody. Everyone makes money. Burkina Faso citizens get to learn the trade, and they can also expand because this, even though it's 5,000 workers, it's still going to expand on the second phase by when you have stores opening up, when you have the expanded coverage of to the whole country. So you're gonna have more data centers, more people gonna be needed to hire. You're gonna have to need to be upkeeping. You're gonna have a whole. This gonna span another couple thousand jobs from this initial breakthrough. And so, shout out to Abraham Churi, and this is what I always said, what a leader should done for his citizens, and he's doing it on a massive scale. Shout out, and this is the reason why he's one of my heroes. From since I started to do videos on inventory. This is one of the reasons why, because you can see the passion and the love he had for his country. And when he said country or death, he meant it. And that's also what we don't see from our leaders. They rather do the bad thing which is easy to do, which is become corrupt. You go behind their citizens back and make bad deals that they know is bad deals just to fatten their own pockets. So that's not what Abram Chori is doing. So anyway, let me know what you think about this, about Abram Chori making deals that actually benefits his citizens and not the other way around. Leave it in the comment section, let me know what you think about it. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Boom.